Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. Today I have Adam Leutik from Nebraska with us. We're going to have an exciting time and talk about that. But first, folks, again, this is a Real Estate Pros podcast and brought to you by Investor Fuel. At Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their business. We want to allow them to build the business they've always wanted and allow them to live the lives that they've always dreamed of. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Great, sir. So, Adam, you're out of Nebraska. We talked a little bit about Nebraska beforehand. So, have you always lived in Nebraska? Is that into the hometown or?
No, been in Beaver Lake, Nebraska for 14 years now. Grew up Chicago burbs, and then we moved out to Belvedere, Illinois. So big old giant Chrysler plant. Saw about 2 million Dodge Neons get made.
And they're still around. What brought you to Nebraska, and what's your gig there right now? Tell me about the origin story.
We kind of sit there. My wife and I, we moved out here kind of on a whim. It was in the middle. She was from Laramie, Wyoming. I was from Omaha, Nebraska, or from Chicago, Illinois, and we were like, hey, let's move to the middle. And we did. And we just stumbled across the property that we got for dirt cheap, and we've lived here ever since. Now it's we're both chasing real estate dreams and stuff like that, and help with our kids because we're foster parents and stuff like that. So she's got a little bit of a real estate journey starting in Laramie, Wyoming right now, and helping take care of her parents. And I'm out here, Omaha area, and just trying to kill it in real estate out here, and just make the dream happen.
Yes, sir. So you're making the dream happen. You guys split the difference, right? Of the distance, I guess, between locations, and now you're there. And so what is your daily? What does it look like for you daily? Kind of what's the work that you do, and then what's the real estate dream? What are we doing with real estate? Tell me about that.
Okay. So the daily is I'm a general contractor. I like to flip or burr homes, however the numbers work out. Of course, we always want the burr, but
always.
Hey, if the numbers don't work, but the deals still happen, and we go that route, unforeseen things happen. And if sometimes you got to cash out and get out now, and I'd rather be whole again and up a little than, sometimes you leave cash in deals and things like that, but depending on where it goes, and working with new partner and learning each other, and just because.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
The one we just finished, we're literally photos are being done currently. And it was intended for a flip. I threw it through my burst spreadsheet, and I was just like, dude, are you sure? And, the more we've talked is, if we can get a decent renter in there, we're going to go that. But the day-to-day, like to work on flips and things for myself, most definitely, but also am a general contractor, do handyman work. And then I really like supporting my community. I like the fellowship, and, like I said, not only do I treat real estate there's enough for everyone, there's work for everyone. I could fill a schedule, you can fill a week in a day. It's gotten to the point, of course, with economy, things slowing down, not as much, but if you have an established business, you still have all your return customers that are keeping you busy, and, doing things for one thing I do for realtors is how many times have they been buying and selling houses, and all of a sudden we have an inspection and we can't pass VA, loans or something like this. And we got 48 hours till we close. Well, I like solving problems. I like helping people, and it's always just kind of been a calling of mine. And so I like to work my professional life like that and go in and, hey, I need this list of things completed within 48 hours. Can you help me out? And going in there and just knocking it out real quick, getting the sale done, getting everything done. I get paid as a contractor, and then knowing the difference, I charge an investor rate and I have a retail customer rate.
Right.
And I'm transparent with that. And I tell people that, and you're getting an investor rate because of the ease. I don't have to chase you. You chase me. Hey, you got time this week? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can we fit this in real quick? Hey, I need a light fixture put in, or this or that. And I've flipped probably, I would say above 60, 70 homes now.
Okay. All right.
Least. That's where I got my start when I moved out to Wyoming, went to Wyotech. Became a body man, collision and refinishing. They promised me a lot of money. Well, I went back home all excited, walked into body shops, heard 12 to 14 an hour. I said, that's going to be a no for me, dog. And we sit there.
You hit him with the Randy Jackson.
Yeah. Gave him the Randy Jackson, and then got into construction because I started my first business when I was 12. I started a mowing business.
Yeah.
And
you started a towing business at 12?
Mowing.
Okay. I thought you're towing.
Hey. We was running hooks. They weren't checking me.
Yeah. I looked very mature for a 12-year-old. Yeah.
And so always went that way. And then my parents weren't privileged enough to know a different mindset. They always had the survivor mindset. And
right.
I didn't have a bad upbringing or anything like that. My dad was a local one iron worker. My dad made good money our entire life, but it was still that scarcity mindset is that, we may have lived in abundance a bit, but still that was that
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
What I call now like a scarcity mindset, and not being able to have the thought process or find the knowledge to level up and
So let's talk about that for a second, because you mentioned something. It's like exposure, right? You're exposed to what your parents brought you up, and you had that scarcity mindset, and then maybe you get curious and you get to talking to people, you meet new people, and then maybe your network has an effect on those things. So tell us about that. How has maybe any kind of mentorship or networking group kind of helped you?
So about 3-4 years ago now, I decided, had some money in the bank, and I was like, you know what? I want to invest in myself. I haven't done anything to invest in me since I went to Wyotech, and I was like, I love real estate. I love construction. Let's explore this avenue. And I joined 3 different mentorships, and one of them really stuck, and it's the Burn Vest Academy, ran by Nate Barger. And I literally found a family in this group of people, and it's crazy because, I was still dipping my toes into real estate, and I started going to RIA meetups and started going to little networking events and things like this. And I had found the Faster Freedom program first, and it started going through that, and started learning things and stuff like this. And then literally it was a Facebook video. I see this dude pop up on my Facebook, and he just gets me hyped. I don't know what it was. It just, I was like, I like this dude. And just something told me. Like 48 hours later, I was enrolled in their program, ran my credit card. I said, all right, fudge it. Let's do one more. Like,
Yeah.
What's another $3,000? We're fine.
Well,
at that time, it was that cheap.
Yeah. So, but has it? Tell me what the benefits
Changed
been.
everything.
Okay.
It changed everything. So, what it did is you get yourself around the right set of people. It can change everything. It can open your eyes. It can teach you things. None of us know everything.
Right.
Nobody does. And anyone who walks around here and says that they're, I know how to do it all, and I got perfect processes, and this is how this works, and woo, woo, woo. You're ignorant. You're ignorant. And that's the only thing I can say about it is because we can all get better. We can all do better. Is there people that are most definitely top of game and, have figured out 99% of it? Yes, of course. Mm-hmm. We all work hard. We all sit there. That's why we're in the positions we're in, is we know it takes the hard work. We know what it takes. We know the missed time. We know what we're doing, and have now figured out, I'm not going to exchange time for money anymore. I'm done exchanging time for money. I've worked W-2s for 20 years. I'm done with it.
So I have a buddy of mine, and we were talking about this yesterday about, this was back in the, like around Jesus's time. They were talking about in the Bible, they were talking about what they call a bondservant in Roman times, and people that they were basically, it wasn't talking about slavery. It wasn't talking about anything. It's talking about like wage earners. Mm-hmm. And that like the Romans thought of wage earners as bond servants. It's just an interesting little thing that it just colors it a little bit more for me. Not to say people that have jobs and are wage earners are bad. That's not it. No. But but it's a very much, you're an entrepreneur. You obviously do things. You go after things. You got to go kill what you eat, right? I think there's a lot of freedom in that. Would you agree?
Yeah. Okay. So just like on the freedom, Right now, I've been working all morning. I've been doing landscape jobs with a buddy.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
My helper's up there with him, finishing up a landscape job. I ran home. We had time to shower real quick, make myself look halfway decent, and jump on a podcast with you.
Yeah, how about that?
You can't do that. And who'd I have to okay it with? Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's things like that. It's being able to take time and do things and stuff like that. But there's also another side to it. I got home at 1:30 last night. I was up at 6:30 this morning. Going. Not stopping. Paperwork. It's a stress. And anybody that sit there, I've seen people and business owners and entrepreneurs, say what I started out saying, oh, it's so awesome. I do whatever I want. I got more money. I'm not making other people rich. I'm making me rich. Woo, woo, woo. That's all fine and dandy, but it's not reality. It's not. It's hard work. It's sacrifice. It's lost hours. You can glamorize what you have and are able to do now, but did you show the 10 years before that? Did you show the 5 times you fell flat on your face? Right. No, nobody wants. So many people don't want to talk about it, but it's what we all do.
Yeah, it's very important.
So many people are just afraid to fail. Mm-hmm. And it's part of that, like, failing forward.
Right. I think what you said is, this is why I like where you're going, Adam. I don't want to stop you, but anybody that I love to talk to, I love to talk about, like, when they got face planted. They love to talk about it too, because maybe there's some distance in between now.
And there's trauma, you'll see a little eye twitch, when you start talking about the right projects or deals, or, but that's the whole thing is, we've all had to learn it multiple times. Growing up, we had to learn, hey, mom and dad kind of know what they're talking about a little bit.
Yeah,
but
and that's
we still all had to do it. We had to go out. We had to get grounded because we stayed out too late. We had to, sit there, go and, hey, don't do that. You could get hurt. And then be in a cast for a month. We all did it. And it's just part of life. And, the faster you can get to the point where you realize nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
We all fail. It all happens. And it's the really putting yourself in the mindset. It's the waking up. Like one of my favorite sayings is wake up winning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
I love that one. And it's literally, I still do it to this day because it's done wonders for my mental health. It's 3 positive affirmations as soon as I wake up. It's on a piece of paper next to my bed. Then as soon as I do that, I brush my teeth, I look in the mirror, and I tell myself something great's going to happen today. And it sounds so crazy. And I've had so many people laugh at me and, just like, okay, yeah, no, that sounds great.
Wow. Yeah.
But
does it
changes everything. It changes everything about your life. It sits there. Instead of, oh my God, all this, my schedule today. Oh, I got 6 meetings. Oh, but I also got to go tour this house. Oh, but I got to watch 4 different crews and make sure they don't mess up this time. Our days are all hectic, crazy, but my mentor, my favorite one, he taught me is we don't have problems, we have solutions. Stop with the problems. If you only focus on problems, that's all you're going to have.
Right.
If you're solution driven, you only come up with solutions. That's what you're going to have. If you wake up thinking positive and wanting to, just be great. And it doesn't matter what aspect or what you're doing. It's just all of it. If I'm sitting there running my chop saw, I want to be great at it. If I'm trying to work a deal, I want to be great at it. If I'm planning, I want to be great at planning because, well, yeah, that's my future. That's our delayed gratification. That's so many things wrapped up into it. And, it's following that. And I'm a positive person.
Yes.
I like to be happy. I like to, I thought of this on the first podcast I ever did, and it just kind of came out, and I really enjoy, and it is how I like to explain myself, is you could give me an option. You can go make $1 million this year, or you can help 100 people and change their lives, but you're barely going to scrape by. I will take this one every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And I do it. I don't run my business the smartest. I could have been much bigger sooner, but I took my construction business and I got sick of making employees. And, I've learned a little bit more and grown since then. And, I've realized that there's people for every lane of life. We all walk a different path, and there's people that want to be an employee. They don't want the stress. They don't want this. They don't want this. They want the 9 to 5 clock in and out, and that's what they want for their life. And that's okay. And we're all people, and we all have been through different things and walked different paths. And people look at me and, you kind of see, look here, I'm over in a plaid shirt, things like this, you see the football helmet, you're like, okay, we're throwing off maybe some redneck vibes here.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I was going to ask you.
And it's the most gangster rap you've ever heard in your life. I grew up outside of Chicago.
That's right.
Stay strapped or get clapped was kind of like a mode to live by.
Yeah.
In certain neighborhoods. So it's you can't always judge a book by its cover. And, so people have been through so many different ways and different paths and stuff like that. And just loving people for who they are and accepting people for who they are and trying to help and, and realizing when to stop helping too.
Right.
Realizing, that took me a long time because I just want to help everybody. Right. But realizing sometimes people don't want to help themselves, and those people are the ones that always hurt the most, but those are the ones that you kind of gotta is because you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We've been hearing it our whole life. It's just you don't realize how many things in your life it's tied to.
Yeah, you got to put that. Yeah, that's a good one to put in practice. That's a lot of people get that one totally discombobulated if they've ever been, I guess, I don't want sheltered, but just the opposite of tough love, which is just loving them, and that doesn't do them any good. So it's great that you actually put that out there.
My mom is one of those.
Yeah,
my mom raised me every day. Show love. Her mom kind of raised her oblivious to the real world.
Right.
And then my mom raised me to, think for myself and form an opinion. And it didn't matter what it was. She always supportive. And, when I got out in the real world, it slapped me in the face hard. It slapped me in the face real hard.
Yeah.
And, just coming to find out, it's not perfect. There's a certain way the world works. I've got lucky enough that I've met, living by Offutt Air Force Base, you meet some pretty cool people and they get drunk and tell some pretty cool stories.
Right.
And then, I've got family that has served in the military and learned things. And, you just learn how the world works.
Right.
Is it perfect? Is it how we want it to? Is it sunshine and rainbows? Hey, hell no. Right. But you know what? It's how the world works.
Yeah.
And only thing you can do is make the world around you better. we'd all like to, change everybody's life, and we all, well, I won't say everybody, but love to see, everybody better, but obtain what you can obtain, do what you can do, impact what you can impact.
Yeah.
Is, it's crazy. Know somebody that has started literally every morning, they share a positive post on Facebook. You know how many friends not liking that friend's post or things, but they're a common friend. Now they're doing it every so often.
How about that? Yeah.
And they're doing this, and the happiness spreads, the excitement spreads, the let's go attitude, it spreads. And it's learning how, especially when you first start getting out, like one thing I would tell people is the hardest thing you're going to have to do is learn how to cut people out of your life if you don't know how to.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, you're going to have to do that.
You need to surround yourself with people that have the same goals.
Did you learn that through the mentorship? How did you come to that?
So a lot came from my mentorship. It did. It really did. It changed my life. We did a year and a half ago now. We did this mindset challenge. And it was like other challenges that are out there. It was, read for a half hour a day, 2 workouts a day. And it was all about just making you better. And so we sit there and we started it, and I just dove into it.
Yeah.
Last September, I weighed 298 pounds.
No.
So I don't know if you can tell, but I don't weigh no 298 pounds. I weigh 100.
That's amazing.
Like 89 pounds.
That's amazing.
And it was literally that it was once the mindset took, and I won't even say started to take.
Right.
Because you still all the time learn more about yourself.
Yes.
It's so I sit there and just kind of going through it, and actually won multiple weeks, but we gotta share love. So the next person won. But it was just that always that
you dominated, though. It sounded like you dominated.
It was I and at the same time going through probably one of the hardest periods of my life and mentally taxing periods of my life. And at the same time having this almost like guardian angel that I owe so much. I call them family for a reason.
Yeah.
Because it's another thing is like the reason I love networking. You don't know what you're doing for someone.
Mm-hmm.
You could be having a simple conversation about real estate. You don't know what demons that person's facing.
Right.
You don't know what they're going through in life.
Yeah.
But that positivity you chose to share, that attitude you chose to take it today, it can change somebody's day. It can put a light in the darkness. It can just raise everyone around you. And really figuring out and learning that, and then learning, like, I always thought, with friends, I always talk to a lot of my friends, and, when people say, your circle's small of really close friends, I'd probably tell you, I could say I have almost close to 20 close friends.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Like close friends.
How many of them are kind of affiliated with people that you met through networking and maybe the mentorship group?
I'm going to tell you most of them are people I've known since before I could drive.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Another big part of them is a group of friends I found out here that I pretty much treat like family. And because I don't have any family out here. So, right. My friends became my family. And, their family wasn't always the most understanding as why it was the random dude and family at our Thanksgiving dinner. But hey, he shows up more and helps me out more than you guys do. I like him more. Like, you know, so
He's
it's,
like a brother to you. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So sitting there and forming partnerships and bonds and friendships and brotherhoods with people, it's, you know, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I, I
And that
love,
translates. So the benefit of that is that business flows from that because people like you and trust you, and they know that you can solve problems. And I love the other fact that the one thing that you mentioned earlier, I'm just going to boomerang this back, is
yeah.
you help out realtors, you help out other investors when they have a punch list, and so you know what that's like. You know, hey, you can identify that. Hey, I'm an investor too. I know what it's like to do a punch list. Let me take care of it for you. And I think that's a beautiful thing that you have in your back pocket, that you're, hey, I take care of this like it's my own property, and make sure it gets to the finish line so you can close this thing and burr it out or flip it and make some profit. Um, so we only got a couple more minutes here, Adam. It's been a really great talking with you and kind of going into the power of mentorship and mindset and things like that. But what is a challenge that you're having in your business right now?
What finding, just putting together that perfect team is something that, it's just, it's time, it's networking,
Who are
it's
you missing
finding
in your
those
team? Like,
people.
what's that one? What's the first person you
The
need?
for like it honestly, my partner now, she has a nice little bankroll that we, you know, we don't have to borrow hard money on. She still partners with other people and has hard money going and stuff like this. And I bounce off my network, she bounces off her network, help each other out, things like that. But, you know, even finding another investor that just even had more that I didn't have to bankroll even more is, you know, that would be even better, is because that's another thing, is like I've started introducing and using my network that I have to start introducing people that I've met through local real estate and things like that, introducing them to private lenders I know. Because I'm sorry, I thank you, Bank of America. Thank you, every major, you know, corporation out there that, you know, makes me jump through so many hoops to get paperwork signed and deals done and things like that. But I'm sick of making the filthy rich.
Right. Yeah.
There's enough for everyone. And like my network I have through my Burr family is we have everybody.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. We have a Facebook group that I would put against any team in real estate anywhere.
Oh, great.
And it's a Facebook group.
How about
It's
that?
a
Yeah.
private Facebook group. But
Yeah.
I swear, I don't care. I take Pace Morby's team on. Any big name you can think of out there.
Right.
You want to talk real estate? I got a Facebook group that I'll put in questions. And we're gonna give you the same answers, and or we're gonna give you answers that you haven't think of.
High
Because I got
caliber.
6 different CPAs that I call brother and sister
Yeah.
that are like, no, wait, no, hold on, wait. You're over in Tennessee. We need to do this. You aren't thinking. Come on. You know, things like that. And
Yeah.
that's all.
They know what you
It's the
don't know. That's
power
great.
of that
Yeah.
network, is
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter where we are. I can be in any state, any city, anywhere. Just like we watched Grant do it, Grant Cardone do it on that one show. Is, you
Hmm.
know, it doesn't matter where you are. If you have the right knowledge, you can get it done. And if you have the right network, you can get it done in a quarter of the time.
And that, my friends, is how we're going to end the show. The power of network. Adam, it's great having you on the show, sir. How can people reach you? What's your handles? Tell us about it.
You can find me. My email is Leutik Property Management at gmail.com. You can send me any deals you want over there, or just try to connect. You can also find me on Facebook of Adam Leutik or Leutik Property Management. And that's about the extent of what I'm doing right now. I need to work on my social media a little bit better, but
Don't we
that's
all?
yeah,
Well,
that'll be another VA.
thank you, Adam, for coming on the program. Guys, Adam Leutik out of Nebraska. And thanks for watching the Real Estate Pros podcast. Please like and subscribe, folks. Please do it. Thanks. Have a great week.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.